Hey, hey, hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All is well. How about
Yeah,
you?
everything is good.
Yeah.
Hi, Nicole. Somebody named Nicole. All right, so, oh my God, it's good to see you again
Uh,
after seeing you at my birthday.
yeah.
You've been well between then and now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Being safe, doing my events, taking care of everybody.
I see. All
Yeah.
right, so I want to go ahead and get this kicked off, and then we're going to get right into your interview.
Okay, sound good.
All right, so good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Keep coming into the room. I am Kinyatta Gray of Girls Love, Flights, Feelings, and Fashion. And I've been on a break for a month, but I couldn't be more pleased to be back with my first guest, Chef Anthony. And so I'm sure you may have seen him all over Instagram, all over Channel 5 News, all on author websites. But today we get to talk to Anthony a little bit and get to know a little bit about him, what inspires him, what makes him do what he does. So Anthony,
Hey, I'm
are
here.
you ready?
Now, I appreciate that generous introduction.
Absolutely. So Chef Anthony, tell us, are you originally from the DC area?
Born and raised. I was born in Greater Southeast Hospital right there in, you know where that's at on Southern Avenue.
Yes.
Raised in Mount Rainier. Went to Eleanor Roosevelt. Then I went to Bowie State right after that. So I'm definitely a native of this area.
Oh my God, you can't be a bigger Washingtonian.
Nah, most definitely. And I'm a Washington Redskins, Washington football team fan.
I love it. I'm not into football. I'm just like, whoever wins, I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
I'm not loyal.
Uh-oh.
But it sounds like you are, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing. So Anthony, how old were you when you realized that you took an interest in culinary arts?
I would probably say about 8 years old. And I didn't even realize it at the time. So I look back, my mom told me the story about how when I first started coming home from school and she would give me these Oreos and Hostess and Doritos and tell me that this is what I was set to eat and don't touch the stove because you're not cooking. And I still would cook anyway. I was kind of a bad kid, not really bad in that aspect, but like I did what I wanted to do. And I kind of still that same way now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when I was doing some research about you, I saw a picture of you when you were younger on your page. And so I was like, I wonder if that's when the wheels started turning about this career.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. Like I said, looking back, and I was coming home and I was making these scrambled eggs. I was popping the toast in the toaster and, making these sandwiches. And I'm just like, and then ultimately I got caught because I didn't clean the actual dish. But long term, I started cooking when I became a vegan. I became a vegan when I was 19 years old. When I was in college, I had to change my diet.
Okay.
I was on a very poor diet. My blood pressure shot up to 180 over 100. It triggered me to have a seizure.
Oh, no. Okay.
When I had a seizure, I ended up having to have open head brain surgery.
What?
George Washington Hospital Center took care of me. They got me out the way. I had to learn how to walk again, talk again. And ultimately, long term, everything was, successful.
Yes, thank God.
But after I came out of the hospital, I told myself I will never eat bad again. I wouldn't eat, fast food 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Right.
We used to have a Pizza Hut and a Taco Hut and KFC.
Mm-hmm.
During that period of time, that's what I'm eating. They had chicken sandwiches, French fries, and I'm eating very, very poorly. So with that high sodium diet, my blood pressure shot up, and it triggered me to realize that I had this arteriovenous malformation.
Oh my gosh.
When they treated that, they got me back together. I changed my diet. I ate raw vegan, started drinking a lot of juices, celery, carrot juice, cucumber juice, beet juice on a regular basis. And since then, I haven't had the migraines that I once had as a child, the headaches, and, overall just feel great.
Anthony, you know what? That was a word. I needed to hear that because I actually just found out that I'm dealing with high blood pressure. And Julie, whom you met, is constantly trying to get me to change my diet. I'm a big order Uber. I hate cooking. And so your story and your recovery And the fact that you are doing well and thriving is such an inspiration to me. I feel like I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so glad you're doing well.
When they say you are what you eat, like
yes.
that really is the ultimate truth. And I can say if anybody in here is listening and they are, you know, just not feeling well, whether they get out the bed in the morning, they feeling sluggish, whether they have aches in their knees or their back or whatnot, I say just go raw vegan for 7 days and watch those things go away from you.
Raw vegan for 7 days.
Just try it for 7 days. And then also work, like, of course, cook vegan, saute different things. And maybe even, like, if you want to substitute meat, maybe the impossible meat and whatnot. But just try it for 7 days and just watch how your body looks, how your body feels.
Really?
And, you know, overall, just you'll feel great.
I am so inspired. I mean, this even took the conversation to an even higher level where I feel that it was meant to be because I needed to hear that. Wow. I know what I need to do now. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
So Chef Anthony, how long have you actually been a master chef?
I've been actually a professional chef since I was 21 years old.
Okay.
So once I left from Bowie State, 21 is when I began really studying culinary arts.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like really studying it online in books. Long term, ended up studying a little bit at Gustier Estoffier Culinary School. That was more so recently, but just always being a student of culinary. I never feel content with the knowledge that I have. So if I ever go to a restaurant and I'm looking at a menu and I don't know what that, I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Right.
Let me go look that up. Let me try to, you know, recreate this, you know, and sometimes try to put my own spin on it, you know, and maybe somehow with a different recipe that I may have.
Yes.
So, yeah. 13, what was that? 21, I'm 34, 13.
Yeah. That's a long time. So you're definitely seasoned and experienced.
Definitely.
So nowadays, chefs are like absolute rock stars, right?
Sure.
So what do you love most about your career?
That it never feels like I'm actually working. Like I literally can, like tomorrow I have an event, an intimate gathering for 2, you know, free Valentine's Day event, you know. I look at the menu and I'm like, okay, cool. What sauce will pair well with these salmon Tex-Mex egg roll? What will pair well with this chicken Oscar? You know, just always, you know, having those creative juices always flowing, like, and always trying to recreate different things that I don't see other chefs doing. That's what will always separate me from other individuals, which will always have, you know, people like, I want to try what he has.
It's so true. It is so true. And, you know, you have some of the most engaging videos on Instagram. I think that special sauces, you are synonymous with these special sauces. And it's interesting because the moments that I do cook, like I cook dry, right? I'm not very good with sauces. And you were like a dream come true to Julie because she absolutely loves sauces. And so would you say that creating these one-of-a-kind sauces, is that really your signature? Absolutely. So I actually watched the video a few times and I can hear her in the background talking about some, oh my gosh, the beef au jus. And I'm like, you know, that's not something maybe you'll go into a restaurant and order a beef au jus cream sauce, but you get beef au jus, you know, that's traditional. But how about I spin on it, add my own twist and make it a cream sauce? And so seeing what different items pair well with, I'm not trying to say too much because some people be like, oh, I'm about to try that. You know, everything that I do, you know, creative, but also, you know, unique to what I would prepare. All of them, like I had jerk wings. And, you know, normally people just have jerk wings. You know, you go to the islands, you get Caribbean jerk wings. But let me go in and show you something else. Let me give you a jerk cream sauce. And who doesn't like, you know, a little bit spicy wing? Those wings spicy, but, you know, that cream sauce balanced it out a little bit. So that's me putting my little spin on jerk wings. On jerk wings. So I see someone named Crazy as Denise is saying, Chef Anthony, I had those issues. I did a 30 vegan challenge and I never went back. It's been 2 years. That's awesome, Denise.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Set tripping, you're like, yeah, he do. Christy, hi there. I see you
right
chimed in.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Yes. So I want to just make sure I want you guys to know I see your comments. I see you, and I will definitely acknowledge you as time goes on. So, Chef Anthony, you're not only a chef, you're an author. Yeah. So tell us, what is the name of your book and the inspiration behind your book?
As you are an author as well, too. I had 5 of them. So I created the first one in 2016, which is just Southern comfort dishes, you know, very traditional salmon with a mango salsa, shrimp and grits, mac and cheese, you know, just very traditional recipes.
Okay.
Second book was inspired after I had my daughter. So most people, when they have kids, you know, they're like, okay, I'll just feed them, what is it called? Gerber, the little can one?
Yeah.
Like Gerber. So I didn't feed her that. I actually made her meals. So something like I'd roast some butternut squash, mash it up with a little bit of breast milk, and feed that to her. Avocado mash, purple mashed potatoes, regular mashed potatoes. But these items were authentic. You know, I could jar them up myself, and I knew that the shelf life wasn't 4 years. You know,
right? Exactly.
And, you know, I've read, and after a lot of research, I've seen that a lot of those baby foods have a lot of metal in them, and that's that's not good. You wouldn't eat metal, you know, if you knew that was in your food.
Right.
I did I put that together, that book, to help individuals to start, you know, creating their own meals for their kids.
Wow.
So 4 months old, I'm giving her table food, as they would say.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So the third book is called Mommy, Daddy, What Is This? When she started becoming a little more talkative, and we'd go in the grocery store and she'd be like, Mommy, what is it? Or Daddy, what's this?
Right.
So basically an educational book from A to Z, teaching kids apples for A, B for broccoli, C for cauliflower, you know, just all the way down to Z for Z. The fourth book is called Meal Prep is the New Leftovers.
Wow.
And the name of that is kind of a play because meal prep is basically leftovers. And, you know, it's just basically like the newer name, what people call it. And basically teaching people, it's a 7-step guide on how to meal prep. Because a lot of people ask me, yo, how do you meal prep so fast? And, you know, how I don't never know what to buy. And I spend a lot of money and I waste it, you know, on food that I never eat. So I have a 7-step guide on how to, you know, I guess effectively meal prep. And the last book is the one I made during the pandemic. I made that at the height of the pandemic when a lockdown. It's called The Little Vegan Chef.
Nice.
The book is real simple yet tasty recipes for kids to make at home because it's all of us in the house.
Oh, that's something.
Nobody was going nowhere. And just real quick recipes that even the kids can make. Chop up some tomatoes, black bean salsa, you know, just real quick. So I don't want to give too much, but quick salad dressings, you know, storm straight in a mason jar. And, you know, you have a real authentic salad dressing that has a shelf life, not be on the shelf in the grocery store, craft. And I'm not trying to knock them, but, you know, so, hey.
Gosh, Chef Anthony, I had no idea that you were this committed to eating well and then to educating the community and the masses at large on eating well. And then the book, educating parents on how to create food for their babies is phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And I actually have a 2-year-old grandson, and I'm going to make sure we get that book because I know that my daughter is very conscientious about feeding her baby as well. So what a blessing. So Chef Anthony, where are your books? Are they on Amazon or do you sell them yourself? Or how could we get copies of your books?
They're all on Amazon. You just type in, sometimes all the books pop up, or just type in the name. You get the paperback or the Kindle version, you know.
Yes.
So they're all.
And I think you and I are like tied because I have 5 books and you have 5 books. So I'm loving it.
I love it.
Hey, my author brother. So when someone wants to hire a personal chef for any reason, what key things should they look out for to determine their qualifications? Because I know that there are people that can cook, but they're not chefs. So what are those key distinctions that someone should look out for when they actually really want a Chef Anthony?
All right. If you want a chef, you want to look at the first 15 photos food-wise. Look at those dishes. Look at their videos.
Okay.
And I could just be brutally honest. If you're looking at their food videos and they're cooking at an event and they don't have gloves on, you do not want to hire them.
Real talk.
Honest truth.
That's real talk.
We're living in a pandemic.
That's real talk.
Where there's so many germs. There's so much going on. If you don't have the consciousness to put a pair of gloves on while you're cooking and you're filming it, that's a problem.
Okay.
2, look at the presentation of the food. If the food looks appetizing, I think that's like 50% of the way to say, okay, that I can go with them.
Okay.
Because those are key things that I look at too. Presentation, the quality of the food, you know, looking at a lot of the things like all the, I guess you could say maybe the in-between photos that they may have, like, you know, whether they're with their family or whether they're like grocery shopping, you know, just how conscious they are, you know.
Yes.
The cleanliness, like if you look at their hands and see like stuff under their nails in the photos, you know.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Like, you know, you really take that into consideration. Because I mean, even when you go to a restaurant, you may not know who's actually physically making your food.
Right.
But if you're going to hire someone specifically to make your food in your home, you really want to be specific about those things, and you know.
So guys, you hear that, you know, the first thing you want to do is kind of make sure you do your research and look at the first 15 pictures on their Instagram page. God forbid they don't have an Instagram page or a website. How in the heck did you find out about them?
I don't even know why I go there. Like, I mean, I won't say because you don't have a website that your food is not legit, but I think having the website shows how serious you really take your craft, because you want to show individuals how serious you are, you know.
Right. Well, I mean, at the minimum, you should have an Instagram page, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Otherwise, yeah. All right. And then you want to make sure that you're looking for signs of their cleanliness and their seriousness about, you know, what's going on in the environment today. They're wearing gloves. Their staff is wearing gloves. They're wearing masks, and they're very conscientious about cleanliness and sanitation. And that is a huge deal. And that was something that I certainly remember about you when you came to our house. You were very serious about your gloves. Your staff was serious about their gloves and their masks. And I was very, very appreciative of that. So I know that you're not just uttering these words. This is what you actually stand by. So I appreciate even that.
Something small as like their attire. Like, and this is something that, you know, I don't really say too often, because it's like, you don't really want to step on people's toes. Like, it's like you do what you do, you know. But like, if you're wearing a chef coat in the kitchen, cool. If you're wearing a t-shirt and jeans and no apron, I mean, what differentiates you from the guest? Right.
That's true.
You really take this craft. You know, you just walked in here like you're just a guest. You know, so, you know, proper attire. Me, I came to your event with a turtleneck on. But it was clean. I had jeans, I had nice boots, but I had my apron on. I had my gloves, you know, and these things go a long way. So cleanliness, you know, if you come in here and you got dirty shoes and, you know, sagging jeans and, you know, a t-shirt that looks unarmed, I mean, that presentation says a lot about how you present yourself, is how you present your food too. So I say pay attention to those things too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have Bound with Love Candle Company saying, yes, presentation and cleanliness is everything. I'm glad you agree. Lewis. Okay, Lewis is telling you that you did an amazing job. Thank you, Lewis. Miss Vicky, yes, I'm so glad that Chef Anthony's hints are helpful for you tonight. So, Chef Anthony, it's almost Valentine's Day, and I know that I personally get tired of seeing crab legs, lobster, and steak on the menu. So what are some suggestions that people should consider for a different yet memorable and tasty Valentine's menu?
The crab, I mean, I tell everyone the same way I told you all. create your menu from scratch.
Okay.
But crab legs on a regular basis, and that's what you want. I mean, I say go with it, but if you're saying let's step outside the box and let's create something that's unique,
what's some other things we could think about?
let's try some crab stuffed steak.
Oh yeah.
So I did that. I did a filet mignon stuffed with, I guess you could say, a crab cake, crab mixture that I utilize, and then I roll that in the oven, and it cooks the steak to maybe about 145 degrees, closer to medium. And I think that that's pretty unique. And then I pour a nice either marinade sauce over top, or maybe an au pois sauce, and then you could pair that with maybe some nice asparagus, some broccolini. If you're just feeling just regular, you just want to go with some garlic parmesan mashed potatoes. You feeling froggy, let's go with some butter poached lobster mashed potatoes.
Oh yes.
Really feeling froggy, let's go with some fully loaded veggie mashed potatoes. Let's fully load some sweet
veggie mashed potatoes,
apples, and a cinnamon roll glaze. I mean, it could pretty much just be anything, but I would say for that special day between you all, just go with something maybe unique, maybe some of her favorites, some of your favorites, but put a spin on it, So you actually remember the day. You remember that day, Valentine's Day, we hired that chef and he made that X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z, something different like that.
Yes. So you guys, that's what I want you to take away. I mean, if you want to go to Giant and buy a lobster and do what you do, great. But think outside of the box. You can do a lot of different things. Chef Anthony just gave you some really good ideas. I never even heard of did you say vegetable mashed potatoes?
Fully loaded veggie mashed potatoes. So I'm going to give you the recipe real quick. You can write it down. I'll give you about 5 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Saute some mushrooms, bell peppers, sweet peppers, onions. Boom. Add some heavy cream.
Oh my God.
Add a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the outside. Let it mix up together. Of course, you can mash potatoes. Make the mashed potatoes, mash them up, leave the skin on. Put the mashed potatoes right there. Pour that veggie mixture on the side.
Oh Lord.
It's done. Finish off with a little bit of parsley for garnish. It's done.
Oh my God. I mean, and that is such a delicious sounding recipe and a great alternative. And I guarantee you, whether you're man, female, whatever, your Valentine is going to be impressed with that. So definitely try to spice it up and do something different.
30 minutes. The potatoes take the longest to boil.
Right.
Those veggies, 10 minutes max.
10 minutes max.
10 minutes max.
I love it. I'm convinced. So, Chef Anthony, are you going to be cooking for Valentine's Day? Are you doing anything special?
Yeah, I'm cooking for my wife. I actually took off those days.
Did you?
12th, 13th, and the 14th. But the inquiries, if I told you and showed you how many people I say bounce pass. So I bounce pass from the other chefs. So I have a standard message. You got iPhone, right?
Yes.
So I actually had to put in my iPhone a text replacement so that I could just push XIC. And it says, like, as soon as I type that in, it pops up. Unfortunately, I'm not available on the 14th. I have another chef that may be able to accommodate you on this day.
Okay.
And then when they write back, they'll say, sure, I'll take that referral. And then I'll send over the list. I got it already in my notepad. This chef, this chef, this chef, and this chef, this chef. Other chefs that may be able to take care of them, because I'm like, if I can't, maybe somebody else can, And I don't want them to, have not a memorable moment,
Right.
Home chef. But I just can't. I got to give that to my wife those days.
Exactly. But I am really impressed because you're not saying no, I can't help you, keep it moving. You're saying I can't help you, but guess what? I have a network of people that can help you. So if someone is actually participating in this live and they are looking for something at the last moment, so would they text you, or how would that work? How would they connect with you if they were trying to schedule something?
So the link in my bio just goes straight to my website, and it goes. And I mean, people were saying, "Hey, can I hire you on the 13th for a dinner for 2? Here's my menu."
Right.
And they so ready, but I can't do it, And so here, send this over to this individual. Here's his email, here's his phone number, here's his contact information, or here's her contact information. Because I have female chefs and male chefs who I would say can meet the bar and handle these events and, take care of them in my absence.
Yes, I absolutely love that. And Daphne, you're right. That really is such a decent way to handle things.
Appreciate
And
it.
Bound with Love candle, that's solid to share the business with us. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, you're definitely creating economic opportunities for other people. So, gosh, I just love it. So, we are almost at the end of this interview. And so you've already said that if someone wanted to contact you, not only for Valentine's Day, but if they wanted to contact you for a private event, that they would click the link in your bio. But I have a question. Do you have like a limit? So what if it's just a single lady and she just wants a dinner for herself? Is that something that you do, or do you have a minimum number of guests that you accommodate?
I mean, I've never cooked for just one person.
Mm-hmm.
Two people. I mean, the minimum
So two would be your minimum.
is two, but two comes with a minimum price as well. But yeah, I've cooked for two all the way up to 200 for large brunches I've hosted in the city. But I mean,
Right.
if somebody wanted it for one, I mean, I don't see a problem. But
Right. Would that, maybe that would be more like a meal drop off? Or...
yeah, it would be kind of weird, like going into a woman's house and just cooking. Like, are we on the date? Or I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it could be, but you
Yeah.
gotta realize some people, they're alone.
yeah,
They don't have a significant other,
yeah,
and but they want a Chef Anthony meal. So,
yeah.
like I said,
Like I
maybe
said,
that would be a drop off.
I have not done it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why not. I guess, but
I mean, it could be awkward. So,
Yeah,
but
I-
I wanted to put it out there. You know, you got some single ladies like, gosh, I really want a meal, but hey, I don't have friends. I don't have anybody to invite, but I want a meal.
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I take care of everybody. You know, I bring culinary experience right into your dining room.
Right. Right. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So, Chef Anthony, what else can we look forward to from you in the future? What do you have coming up? What do you have coming? What's new? What's going on?
Working on finishing off February with the rest of these events. I'm trying to work on number 6 to keep up with you because I know you're working on number 6.
Yep.
Yeah, the 6th book. And that should be probably coming sooner than we think.
Okay.
It's actually finished.
It's what? Okay.
But I don't, you know,
Drop a bomb. Did you just drop some news?
I'm like the type like how Beyonce just drops an album on a Saturday and just be like, you like, yo, she dropped the album on Tidal.
Yes.
I don't like talking about what I'm going to do until
Right.
I physically have it in my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I got it in my hand, then I can be like, okay, now I can tell you to go buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
But I physically don't have it in my hand, so technically it's still in limbo.
Uh-huh.
But it's working. It's a work in progress right now. The
It's
book
a
is
work in
done,
progress.
but they're working through the publishing aspect of it. So
Right. The
yeah.
publishing. Okay.
This is the first time I talk about this publicly.
Yes. Y'all heard it here first on Girls Love Flights, Feeling in Fashion. So look, okay, Tori Lynn, no, that's not a setup. She's saying that sounds like a setup for someone that is single and they want a dinner. You know, that's why I said it could be like a drop off, but I know that Chef Anthony is inclusive and he's not going to discriminate against our single folk that may want a fabulous meal.
No, I don't discriminate with anybody.
I know that's right. So this is what I really want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Who's your favorite chef? And if you're not creating your own meal, what's your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? I'm going to go with 2 right now. Indeed.
Okay.
La Vie
Okay, yes. Uh-huh.
and RPM.
Really?
Both of them. I'm talking about like, it hasn't been a miss since.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love, I'm talking about everything on the menu. Like, and you're like, yo, you know how like, okay, that's good, but that's not good. Or that was
Right.
Everything is good from both places. And
Right.
and I don't know if it's just because I always put the reservation under Chef Anthony and they're like, oh, we have to make his.
Exactly.
Hey. And the chef always comes out and speaks to me. So I'm like, maybe he specifically made it himself. And it's like maybe the sous chef or the line cook make it, so it's just guaranteed to be good. But no, they're really good. Both of them. My favorite in DC.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Chef Anthony, at Chrissy's recommendation, I had never been to Maestros or Mastros in DC. And I was like, oh my God, I could not believe the amount of calories I consumed in one sitting. Yeah. I was like, Christy, why you do that? Why you set me up between the drink and all the sugar around the drink? And it was delicious. Don't get me wrong, but I felt so guilty. I was like, this is like a once every couple of months meal because it was so fattening. So. But I did go and I enjoyed it.
What was your main?
What did I get? What did I get on the menu?
Yeah.
I got, okay. It was my choices.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to know? It was my choices. Okay, so I started out with the berry cocktail, and it was delicious but sweet as heck. And then I got lobster macaroni and cheese, cream corn, cream spinach, and a ribeye steak, and then I finished it off with their butter cake.
It's not that bad, especially if you don't eat like that on a regular basis.
No, but I just felt so bad. Oh my God, it was a lot of calories, but it was delicious, and I would say it's an experience. So yeah, but one of my favorites in DC that I still really love to this day. It's in Georgetown, and it's kind of on the line of RPM, but it's Cafe Milano.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. They have this really great lobster pasta dish that I really love. So when I'm not eating your food, that's where I'm going. So Chef Anthony, all right, we are at our last question. This has been the most delightful, educational interview. I learned so much more about you in terms of your commitment to really educate us about eating well. And not only adults, but children, your upcoming release, and the fact that you don't discriminate against single customers. Yeah. You will serve them as well. So, what is it that keeps you going? What keeps you inspired? What makes you get up every day and do what you do?
I wake up every single morning. Matter of fact, let me answer your question previously. My favorite chefs are Guy Fieri and Bobby Flay.
Oh my God, yes.
One of the coolest, like just laid back and carefree, and just him. He's himself, and he's been himself for years. And Bobby Flay is just, when I say like in the kitchen, just so effortlessly just preparing dish, and he'll put all the most simple dishes together and just, you like, simple items together and just make the most perfect dish. And I'm like, that's what I aim to be. Like when I make mumbo sauce, I don't want to complicate it. I don't want to make anything look too complicated. I don't want people to be like, man, I don't want to try that. I want people to say, dang, he made that look so simple. I'm gonna try that later on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. And I love both of those. And I enjoy watching them on TV as well, especially Guy Fieri and those restaurants that he stops at. Like, I'm always taking notes. I really, really like both of those guys too. So bravo to you.
Yeah.
So Chef Anthony, this has been a wonderful opportunity for me to get to know you, for the wonderful people that joined in. Tamara, you're saying that you love Chef Anthony. Eric, your place is Filomeno's. I like Filomena's too. I saw you. I love their decorations.
What was your last?
Sandra.
Like I skipped over it and I can't remember it. I was trying to remember it off the top of my head.
What, Filomena's?
No, your last question that I jumped off of.
Oh yeah, who are your favorite chefs?
No, the one after that.
Oh, after that, what keeps you going? Yeah, what keeps you going?
So I wake up every morning, and the first thing I do is I thank the Lord for waking me up every morning, because there's somebody who, one, may not wake up that morning, two, is not as blessed to wake up to be able to see hear, smell, taste, or touch like you. And you're doing it so effortlessly. And I do it effortlessly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's just a blessing to have all 5 of your senses. So I thank the Lord for waking me up. I go to the gym. I have my family. I do it for my daughter, for my wife.
Yes.
And I also think back every single day. And this is what always keeps me humble, to the times 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, when I was making $12 an hour, working minimum wage, working at various staffing agencies, getting laid off, and then, trying to figure out, okay, I'm still doing my events and whatnot, but the events weren't coming in the same way.
Right.
I'm doing maybe 1 or 2 events. And, now to have 5 or 6 inquiries for events every day, I'm just like, this is such a blessing. I wake up to inquiries, whether they're still DMing me, and I tell them, don't DM me, please just send it to my email.
Yes.
It's just like, it's such a blessing. So I'm always thanking the Lord throughout the day that I've gotten to a place, and I'm not even where I potentially am going to be.
That's right.
Right now, where I am in my business, I'm not where I even thought I would be back then. I never saw light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I always thought, like, 2014, I'm like, yo, I'm making $12 an hour, and they're paying this staffing agency. I'm literally paying these bills as an EA. They're paying this staffing agency $22 an hour. So they're taking $10, and I'm making 12. How you almost the same amount as me? So that just always continued to push. And then times where I would be laid off in between, and I'm writing different agencies and trying to find different jobs, driving different jobs. I got these busted up cars, and I had a Chrysler 300, and it's smoking, but I'm still trying to get to the place, and it's summertime, and I think back to those times, and then I go to the auction, buy another car. I'm trying to put food on the table.
Right.
Family, you know what I'm saying? So when I think back to those times, now I got a nice, reliable, 2015 ATS, it ain't smoking,
Right.
And, it's just a blessing to know I don't have to keep looking at the gauge to make sure that it's not overheating, that I actually have money to be able to buy gas. Because back then, I'm like, I don't even know if I got enough money to buy gas.
Hello.
Driver's license was not all the way right, and I'm looking at my rear view, making sure a cop is not behind me. Cars in front of me driving slow in Virginia because they don't know how to drive, and I'm looking, I'm driving. I'm like, go, 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 go.
That's right.
It was a very overwhelming situation. I probably had high blood pressure back then, and didn't even,
oh my God.
So that's what keeps me going, is that now I'm at peace. My license is good. I have reliable car. Money's not an issue. The staffing agencies don't have to lay me off because I don't need them no more.
Yes.
Family, everybody's taken care of. Everybody's happy, blessed. Corona free. We're wearing our mask. So it just realizing that things could be so much worse.
Yes,
but we're blessed. So. And
we are blessed. Yes.
That's really what keeps me going every day. Take my vitamins, drink my water, mind my business. So.
And you know what? And that's also like a humble mindset, because you're ultimately saying, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And you can't get any better than that. So Chef Anthony, on that note, I really don't even think I can say anything to top that. I am just ecstatic that you took out a couple of moments out of your day to chat with us about who you are, so that I personally could get to know you a little bit better, so that the audience could get to know you a little bit better. And everyone is saying like, amen, amen. They really appreciate you, Chef Anthony. So I hope that we will continue to stay connected. I know that if anyone wants to contact you for your personal chef services, that they can click the link in your bio. If they want to purchase any of your books, which you have 5 books, they can go on Amazon.com to place their order. and we can just kind of follow you on Instagram and follow the journey and keep watching those amazing, amazing videos. It has been a pleasure. I don't say goodbye. I say so long. You are definitely like family to me now that you've been to my house. I made your food. You are the bomb. And let me just tell you guys, went from the very first interaction with Chef Anthony until Chef Anthony actually came to our house, it was a wonderful, seamless, professional experience. Chef Anthony, I gave Chef Anthony this crazy menu, right? It probably didn't make sense. It was stuff all over the place, right? I just knew what I wanted. I even had the nerve to send Chef Anthony some pictures of what I wanted. And Chef Anthony was like, okay, I got you. We're going to work on this. And so he presented something to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I was asking for, Chef. Yeah, this is it. So I really appreciate you for that, because you took my idea and made it actually more classy and more sophisticated for the type of event that you knew that I was having. And I appreciate your collaboration and not making me feel like, what the hell, what are you even sending me these pictures for? This don't even make sense.
No, I saw
you didn't do that.
Your photos, they were like kind of like Pinterest, right?
Right.
But I knew the direction you wanted to go in. You wanted to go in this cute, dainty, real small tasting style. And I said, I know what she wants.
Yes.
Let me kind of try to help structure it a little bit better.
Yes.
But structure it to her liking. So I took some of those photos you had, and I'm like, okay, let me use that, and send it back to you. And, you know, a lot of people were like, well, can we replace this with this? You were like, you know what? That sounds perfect right there. Let's rock and roll. Right.
Because I trusted your judgment. Yeah. I knew that you knew what I was trying to do. I wanted a high-class, small plate type of event. Yeah. And you delivered that masterfully, and I will always be appreciative of that. No. So on that note, I thank you so much. And we will always stay connected on some level, and I appreciate you. And guys, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been a lively audience. This is Kinyatta Gray and Chef Anthony. Thank you for joining Girls Love Flights, Feelings, and Fashion. I'll see you next Tuesday. Good night, Chef Anthony.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.